Ipob warned federal government against arresting Senator Abaribe or face its wrath. The indigenous people of Biafra has warned the federal government against arresting the minority leader of the Senate, Enyinnaya Abaribe, or risk its wrath. The group was reacting to a statement by its presidential spokesman that Abaribe should be in jail for standing as surety for its leader, Nnamdi Kanu's bail in 2017. Abaribe had on Wednesday called for the resignation of President Muhammadu Buhari for failure to protect the country and its citizens from Boko Haram and bandits. We made the call on the Senate floor during deliberations of the rising insecurity in the country. But the presidency in a tweet reacted by spokesman Garba Shehu said that Abaribe deserves to be in jail for failure to stop Kanus from jumping bail. But spokesperson to Ipob, Emma Powerful, in a statement on Friday said that Kanu's house was invaded in a bid to kill him, forcing him to flee the country. The recent coherent and roundly childish trade by the presidency of Nigeria against Senator Enyinnaya Abaribe, arguably the only distinguished person and senator in the whole of Nigeria, is confirmation of paranoia that had gripped the government in Aso Rock. Garba Shehu has not only showcased his ignorance of the new law as it pertains to bail forfeiture proceedings in the law court, but his pathetic attempt to rewrite the history of the unprovoked bloody invasion of the house of our leader Nnamdi Kanu by soldiers, which directly resulted in his inability to attend Binta Ayaku's court, is well documented. If you went to Nnamdi Kanu's house to kill him, is it a court in Abuja where judges are impotent that he won't be attacked? The spokesman said that it speaks in the intellectual vacuations of its APC regime that a seemingly high-ranking presidential spokesperson is blissfully ignorant of the constitution they sworn in to uphold. Does it mean that Garba Shehu, Malami, and Attorney General of Nigeria and the Tanku Muhammad and Chief Justice of Nigeria are ignorant of the section of the constitution that stipulates by law a senator is not allowed to stand surety for an accused person? Therefore, Abaribe has no case to answer. That is why neither Binta Ntaku's court nor the Court of Appeal is willing to entertain the bond forfeiture case any longer. Garba Shehu should stop disgracing himself and his government with their inciting ignorance of judicial process. This same Garba Shehu who said that they don't take advice from the likes of Abaribe were the same people that publicize call for Goodluck Jonathan to resign. Why is it that Senator Abaribe's legitimate call for the resignation of President Muhammadu Buhari is suddenly treasonable felony? The pro-Biafran group said that any plans against Abaribe and others will fail because ordinary people are now wising thanks to the gospel of liberation being preached by its leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Since the failure to eliminate our great leader during the invasion of his country home at Ifaraku in Umaya State at Aso Rock with their truth and vast disguised friends in some sections of the cash and carry news media in Nigeria, have been scrambling to see what false allegation against Enyinnaya Abaribe will stick. Each time they have failed, as they will also continue to fail. We are now all familiar with the usual range and fury anytime their corrupt regime in Aso Rock is held publicized accountable. They cannot fool the masses anymore. We are all wiser now. We should remind Garba Shehu and Nigerians alike that Federal High Court in Abuja, proceeded over by Justice Binta Nyako, granted our leader bail on the 23rd of March 2017, and a few months after that, the federal government of Nigeria on 14th of September 2017, to be precise, ordered the Nigerian Army, Police, Navy, and Air Force and DSS to invade, kill, and maim our leader, Nnamdi Kanu. The fact failed in that murderous mission that took the lives of 28 Biafrans the reason why there is so much meaningless directed at Abaribe to cover up their murderous intent against our leader. Viewers, on the state of insecurity in the country, this Emmanuel Powerful said that the government of Buhari has failed woefully and should be removed. That is the truth. It is important we let the masses that inhabit the colonial contraption called Nigerian knows that any government that fails to protect the lives and properties of their citizens is totally failure. Therefore, this regime is a complete and utter failure and should be removed immediately. It is unfortunate that Nigerians do not know what democracy and opposition politics is all about. This what a shame. An opposition party is there to oppose, and that is what Abaribe did. But surprisingly, this rudimentary requirement of democratic governance is lost on the government's ends. Their hysteria. We are warning and cautioning any persons or group who are making frantic efforts to endear themselves to the caliphate by issuing an unguided press statement to retrace their step, because Senator Einaya Abaribe is not to be toyed with or his name ridiculed by any faceless, non-existent Igbo group. Ipob is still in court challenging the Nigerian Army, Police, Navy, and DSS invasion of Nnamdi Kanu's compound in 2017. Garba Shehu is a colleague. His colleagues in Aso Rock should always be mindful of these facts before opening their mouths again in public to say bad things about Nnamdi Kanu and the people of Biafra. Viewers, all this could be classified as fiction. The Igbo should be allowed to go because there is no way the Northerners and the Igbos can coexist as one nation, as far as I'm concerned. What is not achieved in dialogue must be achieved in a forceful manner. When they own unks, we should know. The Northerners are seen their nature, they are seen in their nature as they are Babylonians. Nothing comes out from Babylonians. Nothing comes out from Babylon because they are seen. The Northerners are seen in their nature. We have seen in their nature that they are Babylonians. So nothing comes out from Babylon. Well said. I support the people that stands that says Buhari should resign. Because even Abacha regime is far, far better than this APC regime, as far as I'm concerned. I'm not criticizing APC or any party, but with the things going on in our country, and the APCs are sitting comfortably well without doing nothing, it's really painful. Those some Nigerians are complaining. They are regretting ever voting for APC. They voted for APC because they have this confidence and they have this trust in APC, because APC promised so many things when it comes to power. But as time goes on, the things they promised failed. They refused to fulfill their promises. So this is the reason why they are saying their mind, and they are criticizing APC, because APC promised them what they did not do or they will never do. If that should have been the case, they wouldn't have voted for APC. Instead, PDP would have been the one they will be voting for, or they voted for. That is why I said that PDP, that the people that stand before Abacha regime is better than this APC. regime. So viewers, with what I've said, the statement I've made, my contributions and my comments, what is your take on this news, on my comment that I just gave? You can also drop your own comment below the comment box if you have any. And also click on the subscription button to receive updates whenever I publish any.